abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Aquí estás, sanando mi corazón, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, tocando mi corazón, te adoraré, te adoraré. Te amamos, milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Aquí estás, tocando mi corazón, te adoraré, te adoraré. Aquí estás, sanando mi corazón, te adoraré, te adoraré. Hoy y siempre te amamos, milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. 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 Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Aunque no pueda ver, estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Siempre estás sobrando. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas, mi Dios, así eres tú. Milagroso, abres camino, cumples promesas, luz en tinieblas.
that translates to even when I don't see it, you are working. And how many times we're like, God, I know that was you. God, I know that was you. I know for me, time and time again, God, I know that was you because He makes the impossible possible. He makes the incomplete complete. He's a God that does it all. And I know that that's what He has done for me in my life. And what I do with my life is for a reason and a purpose. And so with that, I shared with you guys a little bit earlier that this month is National Disability Awareness Month. In that also falls the famous DMD Day, Disability Mentoring Day. And in the past, I've shared that I've had incredible opportunities on DMD Day to take high school students who also have a disability of some kind to different employment sites. And of course, being that I love communications and production and the fashion shows and radio and all of that, I made it a point to take us, because I went with them. I didn't share. I went with them to interesting places like local radio stations or NBC6 news outlet. That was my favorite, personal favorite, when you get to meet reporters and broadcasters. To me, they're like famous people. It's like meeting a famous person. It's pretty cool. Even going to what they would consider physically the smallest news channel here in our county, to me was huge. Absolutely huge because of the vision and the passion that I have for that line of work. So DMD Day is really, really cool. It gives very much exposure and opportunity to individuals that with disabilities that otherwise wouldn't have an opportunity of being in a recording studio or being in the newsroom or being in a department store, or just doing something that they love to do and that they have the skills to do it. They just need that mentorship, and the employers and the ones that are able and have the ability to hire these individuals in our community, for them to receive some kind of awareness and training to hire and to know that, look, I might have this difficulty, I might have this disability. However, I do have talent, skills, and abilities and can train like anybody else. So the Department of Labor for the month of October has named the month of October for 2022 disability part of the equity equation. Part of the equity equation, which is really neat because that signifies quality. That signifies that disability and people with disabilities do have equity and something good to provide and to bring to the table when it comes to employment sites. So many don't know why it is so important and so, so positive and a win, actually, that it's actually a win when hiring someone with some kind of disability. Of course, as long as they are able to comply with the needs of that job or that company, regardless of the limitation and regardless of the accommodations that must be put into place in order to accommodate that individual to be successful on the job. And so what can we do as a community? What can we do as a society? From a society standpoint, I'm always talking about inclusion as a society, because the more we come together for the good, for the greater good, the better more successful that we will be, right? So what can I do? What can you do as maybe someone that is a business owner, even if you work for another company, even if you work, for example, in the medical field, in real estate, in music, as we do here, whatever it is, what can we do to be more inclusive, right? And so I think regardless of the size of the company, big company, small, medium size, all companies and all agencies and everywhere that hires an individual, period, should have company policy. So this is a great time to review company policy and make sure that it conveys a commitment, because it is a commitment. It is a commitment where we have to become educated, where we have to obtain and have resources. It is a commitment to workplace culture that gives a message of inclusive of people with disabilities. I was talking about this with someone probably earlier this morning or yesterday, I don't recall. I make it a point to go to places where I'm the only person with a disability. I literally make that a point, and sometimes it just happens because that opens a light bulb, that turns on the light bulb of like, okay, she's here. What do I need to do to make sure she's okay? Maybe not so much because they want me to be okay, but because they want to make sure that they are okay with me being there from a legal perspective. So that opens the light bulb of like, okay, if she comes, that means other people with different disabilities can come. So I need to be inclusive, and I need to be, accommodating to this particular group of people. I don't like to say that, but to these people with these particular needs, to make sure I am fully inclusive as a business owner, a manager, a boss, etc. And so that comes with training. So it then becomes, for example, my job and the job of other trainers to train supervisors, business owners, directors, executive directors, anybody that is of power in the higher up, if you will, on policy, providing reasonable accommodations, among other things, to individuals with disabilities. So that's to say, okay, this is my job and this is what I have to do. Or as a supervisor, this is what I require of you to do and comply with. How can I help you be more successful? Like, that's literally all it takes. How can I help you be more successful? Are you helping that person in becoming more successful? Absolutely. But in return, you're helping yourself and your company become more successful by accommodating that individual to do the task at hand that you have requested. You're being inclusive. You're meeting the law, because it is a law to accommodate and hire individuals with disabilities. When you have a certain number of employers, there's a percentage that you have to comply with. It's a tax write-off. There are benefits to having a disability, guys, or employing people with disabilities. And you're allowing them to make money like everybody else, because we all have bills. We all have bills to pay. We all have to live a life, right, as inclusive and independent to the best of our ability. So there are benefits to it. But we also have to train employers. So we're training the supervisors, we're training the people that work there, we're training staff members, but we also have to educate employers. So workplace training, disability etiquette training. I mean, to be honest, in the past couple days, maybe in the past 2 or 3 days, I've had the opportunity to talk to at least 2 businesses that are interested in disability etiquette training, and what I can bring to the table to their company and to their employers and supervisors, so that they are more aware and basically increase their awareness of the disability world and why it's important to hire individuals with disabilities. So that's awesome for me, because that's work that I get to do. So, we all have to definitely come together in the sense of, you do good, I help you, you help myself or the company that you're hiring to help you in this process, because we all need work, right? So let's think about it that way. From a general perspective, everybody needs a plate of food on the table. Everybody needs to make some kind of money. Gas is pricey. It's getting better, but it's still pricey. So that's the idea, to help one another be successful to the best of our ability, and allow me as a person with a disability, or anybody else, show you what I can do despite my limitations. Make sense? So we also want to participate. Participation is everything. So educating your employers, workplace training, disability etiquette training, and all that good stuff. We also want to participate in what is already available to you for further education and for further awareness and inclusion in the community. And I refer to the business owners, the managers, the directors. You want to participate. So I briefly spoke about DMD Day, the Disability Mentoring Day. It's national. That is a national day. So it's everywhere. So go on the computer, educate yourself on what it is. And if not for this year, next year, what can you do to be more inclusive and participate in Disability Mentoring Day, which is, of course, like I said, one of my favorites, as it focuses on career development for youth and for individuals with disabilities. And it actually takes place on the 3rd Wednesday of October. So if I'm not mistaken, that's already next week, right? So 3rd Wednesday of October is the actual day for Disability Mentoring Day. So that is a very great opportunity to become engaged in the community, educated and providing further opportunity of exposure. A lot of times it's not that we can't do something like everyone else. It's simply that we have not been exposed to it. The same way that if the general community of those with no disabilities, no visible disabilities anyway, if they have an insecurity or maybe a fear, or they're not, they're not comfortable with something, it doesn't make you a bad human. It's just because you need to be educated. You need education, you need awareness, you need a yay in your life to drive you crazy and let you know that you need to be inclusive and accessible to all people. And that's why it's so important. And Sister Mina is laughing because she knows me already. She knows me already. I will kindly be there to educate you and to correct you and all that good stuff, because I believe in the inclusion and diversity 110%, because we all want to be included. We all need opportunity. We all have bills. We all need to work and get our education. So training is everything. Training is key. Trip you by accident on purpose. Amen. Hallelujah to that. Training frontline staff. Training your frontline staff, especially now more than ever. I think companies and especially non-for-profit organizations go through a high turnover of staff. It's crazy. I see people don't even want to work anymore, and that is so detrimental to the people that need these services the most. Caregivers, medical personnel, teachers, teacher aides. It is crazy. So training your frontline staff is everything, because you're constantly going to be in transition. Prayerfully not, but we are at the moment. And so constant training is necessary. Constant training, and the people that you currently have, for as long as you have them, it's constant training, because things are constantly changing. I went to an education meeting this morning, and it was all about transition and all these fancy terms when it comes to disability and students in our county. I learned so much, because it had been a while since I'd been in that circle because of the pandemic and all these things. And so the age the requirements are different now. The acronyms are different. And I'm like, whoa, I thought I knew all of this stuff. So it changes. It's a constant revolving world, constant changes. So training of the frontline staff in transitioning and other things consistently is very important. Engaging our student leaders, definitely engaging our student leaders, letting our students know, or giving our students the perspective and the knowledge that they are leaders, that they are the leaders of tomorrow, that they also need to have all of these trainings that we're talking about now, because again, they're the next person. Whether you have a disability or not, you are the generation of tomorrow, right? And so it's important to also engage student leaders in colleges, universities, technical schools, in churches. Engage them, because I personally find that our students now, our young generation now, as long as they know, as long as you educate them, if they are raised right, if they are raised right by their parents, young men and young women, they have a great sense of understanding, a great sense of embracing. At least that's been my experience, and I thank God for that. So let's train our youth to be inclusive of everyone. Train them to be the ones to hire individuals that need these jobs, especially now post-pandemic. Pre-pandemic, we had an issue where working from home was not a thing. It was nearly impossible. And now, guess what? The majority of people are working from home for different reasons. It's more accommodating, it's more flexible, whatever the case. But for people with disabilities, so many times it is a need due to lack of transportation. Literally, they don't have a car, they can't drive, the public transportation is not reliable, maybe it's too many doctor appointments, whatever the reasoning is. Now we are being more accommodating to individuals with disabilities that need to work from home. Like a need, and not they want to work from home from I hate to say it, but from laziness or whatever the case, but it's an actual need. So that is a thumbs up for our society today. And so another thing, again, training the frontline staff, engaging student leaders, solicit, I love this one. So Disability Mentoring Employment Day, right? Our National Disability Employment Awareness Month has the Disability Awareness Day for employment, and so important and so needed is to put this particular day or program in front of our legislature, in front of our our council boards, and our mayors, the mayors of each of our cities, because the mayors can help someone like me come up with a proclamation and proclaim a particular month, Disability Awareness Day or Disability Awareness Month in that city, or it could help me to proclaim National Disability Employment Awareness Month in that city. And so I think like that, we kind of create a more sense of responsibility to, okay, we made this proclamation. It's official. It's officially official. Now we have to do something about it. And so that's very interesting as well. So definitely working with our community leaders, the political world. If you guys follow me, you know I'm in the political world to a point as well, because I think it's important. And again, representation matters. So the more individuals like all of us, like you, like me, participate in community and are seen in the front line, the better it is, and the more awareness and things that we are going to bring forward. I've talked about it before. A lot of times I get asked, how do you do it? How do you get it, to meet this person or that person? I'm like, I just go. Literally, I just go. This morning, there was an event for women in media. And by the time I signed up, it was too late. But I find these things and I just go because it's important to show face and to represent the community as best that we can by being active. And by being active, we will let others know that it is okay to participate. So definitely the proclamation thing is a thing. So I'm going to see what we can do about that in our local cities and towns. Job accommodations network. There is a jobs accommodation network that we can call or email to, and they will help you put together the accommodations necessary for your employers and your business if you are not familiar. Proactively recruiting is another thing. So we can talk about all of these things, but if we as business owners, side note, I felt kind of special today because the meeting that I went to, I would always go as an employee, and today I was able to show up as a director and business owner. So that put everything at a whole different level. That was cool. Anyways, that was really, really cool. Proactively recruiting people with disabilities. By law, big companies and big corporations have to have a certain percentage of employees with disabilities. To me, that should not exempt any quote unquote small company from not hiring individuals with disabilities at all. I think everybody should have at least one person for your own education and for the education and employment opportunity of the other person. It's a two-way, it's kind of a win-win situation is the way that I look at it. So definitely proactively recruiting people with disabilities, working with your community partners to help you look for these individuals. If you say, okay, well, how do I find them? Where are they? Oh, we're out there. We are out there, and I can name a whole list of agencies that we can go to, and they'll say, okay, this person is looking for receptionist work, this one's looking for maintenance, this one's looking for retail, whatever it is. There are a lot of people with disabilities out there looking for an employment opportunity. So if you can provide that opportunity, make money while you're doing it, have that person make money and be as independent to the best of their ability while being included in the community, that's a win-win for everyone. So definitely proactively recruiting people with disabilities. And lastly, and certainly not least, because I think it's one of the most important things, is to get tech savvy. A lot of times, a lot of us, I think we don't like technology. We might be a little scared of technology, but it's important because a lot of individuals with disabilities use it for communication, assistive technology devices, and all that good stuff. And of course, technology helps you in building your business and just getting further, especially now that we're doing video calls and we're doing Zooms and, all these things. Like I barely have to go to my clients or my service providers anymore because I work from home. So it's really neat. It's really neat and very important to use this time every time. But now that we're talking about Disability Awareness Month and National Disability Equity and Education on Employment, let's use this time now as a community to come together and to make sure that we are providing opportunities for all people to live inclusively in the community, regardless of that which make us different or may seem as we are different, because we are all one, guys. We're all one. We're one community. We're one society. And that's what it's all about. Working together as one for the good, for the greater good, for the good of the next person, next to you. So speaking of good and helping each other and being there for each other, of course, we have so many things coming up here at New Season Worship Center, New Season Gospel FM. It's always a fun time. And so thank y'all so much for joining me on our topic this evening as we get ready to close here in just a couple minutes. But going back a sec to what I was just saying, I want to invite you guys to come out to our sister Brittany's concert. It's going to be amazing. It's like less than 2 weeks away, I believe, if I am not mistaken. And it's going to be awesome. Broken, but beautiful. And, I'm so proud of Brit because it's what I talk about all the time. Broken, but beautiful. No matter what our circumstances, no matter what makes us different, we are beautiful and wonderfully made in the image of God. And it just makes me smile and very happy that Sister Brittany has decided to launch her concert of Broken, but beautiful next Saturday. I hope you guys got your tickets. I have an extra ticket. I have a few actually. So we're all coming and it's going to be amazing. So if you don't have the information, guys, of course I can provide it for you so that you have the information. Come or give us a call, 954-533-8187. Get your tickets. Do not miss it for anything in this world. Okay, here's the information in case you need a reminder to get your tickets.
Ladies and gentlemen, the wait is over. It is the album release concert, Broken but Beautiful, featuring South Florida's singing sensation, Brittany. Saturday, October 15th at 7 p.m. New Season Worship Center, 4660 North University Drive, Lauderhill, Florida. Everybody get a free CD. Tickets $25, pre-sold or at the door. You can't afford to miss it. Broken but Beautiful, featuring South Florida's singing sensation, Brittany. Saturday, October 15th. New Season Worship Center, 4660 North University Drive, Lauderhill, Florida. You can't miss it.
Así es. You cannot afford to miss it next Saturday already. So get your tickets, $25. We're here for you. Do not miss it. And of course, don't come alone. Bring a friend. So guys, thank you so much again for joining Yes with Yesse. I encourage you guys to please support your number one gospel station here for you 24/7. No amount is too small. A prayer, a share, a donation, giving. That's what it's all about, right? And so we are here for you guys. And if we make an impact in your life, if we just bring something positive to you, just shed the light and share with others so that others can also enjoy what you have the blessing of enjoying as well. So remember, sharing is caring, guys. Sharing is caring. So until next time, I will see you guys, God willing, next week Thursday for another episode of Yes with Yesse. Join us again tomorrow morning for Fun Friday on the Pastor Steve Show. And before that, in his presence for prayer time, 6:30 a.m. in his presence. And then later in the afternoon, come on back for prayer time. Prayer time at 12 noon with Sister Yesse. Always a blessing on a Friday. So a lot of things happening, guys. And then, of course, we'll see you all over again on Sunday for church. So I'm going to leave you guys with, again, one of my favorite songs in the entire world, Be All Right, because everything is going to be all right. And know that we are here and we're just a call away, a message away, an email away, or you just come in through the doors. You know how to find us. So everything's going to be all right. Until next time, good evening, Sister Stacy. Thank you for joining there on YouTube family. Until next time, guys, I leave you with Be All Right. See y'all next week again for another episode of Yes with Yesse.
There's a name that can silence every fear. There's a love that embraces the heartache, the pain, and the tears. Through my faith and my doubting, I know one thing for sure. His word is unfailing, His promise secure. Don't know hasta bien, everything will be alright. Whole world's in His hands. Your whole world's in His hands. In the darkness and the trials, He's faithful and He is true. The whole world's in His hands. Y todo va a estar bien. Oh, oh, everything will be alright. Oh, oh.
Father, you said everything gonna be alright, but my circumstances say I won't last through the night. I need your word to hold me now, need you to pull me through. I need a miracle, a breakthrough, I need you. You say you hold the whole universe in your hand, but my world's falling apart like it is made of sand. Am I small enough to slip through these cracks? Can you take my broken pieces and put them back? Give me faith, you believe you're on my side. Open my eyes to see you working in my life. Let the past remind me you never fail, and tell my soul it is well. Oh, y todo va a estar bien. Everything will be alright. The whole world's in His hands. Your whole world's in His hands. In the darkness, in the trials, He's faithful and He's true. Your whole world's in His hands. Y todo va a estar bien. Oh, oh, oh. Everything will be alright. Oh, oh, todo va a estar bien. Oh, oh, everything will be alright. Oh, oh.
Yo, Padre, te confieso a corazón abierto que todo es muy incierto en este desierto. Mi vulnerabilidad está al descubierto. Siento que mi barca está muy lejos de su puerto. ¿Por qué será que ya no sale el sol en mis días? ¿Por qué mis noches son tan frías? ¿Por qué será que siento que me falta algo? ¿Por qué este camino gris se siente tan largo? Sé que estás sobrando aunque no te sienta. Sé que estás sobrando aunque no te vea. Sé que voy a salir de esta odisea. Sé que voy a ganar esta pelea. Sé que va a cesar esta marea temporaria. Que en ti yo viviré una vida extraordinaria. Que aunque no pueda entender, me consuela saber que todo.
Yo sé que todo va a estar bien. Everything will be alright.
It will be alright.
The whole world's in His hands. Your whole world's in His hands. In the darkness, in the trials, He's faithful and He's true. Your whole
corazón.